Hey there, folks. It's Sam from the Whitfield Report. I hope you're having a good Sunday wherever you are in the past, present, future hour. And I didn't have a chance to talk at this on the podcast this week or this weekend, but I wanted to just briefly kind of review this movie, uh, The Tomorrow War, starring Chris Pratt. And Apex mentioned this on last week's podcast, but I hadn't seen it yet. It came out on July 4th weekend, and I didn't get a chance to see it until this past weekend. But overall, just kind of jumping right into it. Um, to put it, pretty plainly, I would describe The Tomorrow War as a fun movie. Um, Simply put, it's a popcorn. It's a popcorn muncher movie. Uh, the premise is Chris Pratt is a middle school or like a high school science teacher, and he gets basically called into the future um, to fight like an alien species that has kind of invaded the planet. So there's the alien invasion plot point. There's also the time travel plot point. So it is kind of a generic sci-fi movie, and a generic science fiction blockbuster movie. But it's you know for what it is, it's very well done. And I wanted to, uh, you know, comment on it because it's doing well. It's the number one streaming movie for the summer right now on Amazon, and it's just fun. Chris Pratt is really believable as this character who is a science teacher, but also it's later revealed that he used to be like in the special forces, in the military. So there's that too. And he's the everyman, and it's pretty, straight cut, pretty forward. And Yvonne Strosky is in the movie too, and man, she's not only is she a, a great actress, but she still hasn't aged at all really since Chuck, and she's still gorgeous looking as well. Um, so it's an entertaining movie. Um, pretty cut and dry. I I bring that up and I really emphasize that because some of the criticisms of this movie kind of from, I guess, the main Hollywood review press is that it's dry and kind of boring and it's generic. And it's like, well, yeah, but that's not really a bad thing. It's supposed to be kind of a generic thriller. I don't ever go into these types of movies thinking that we're going to see them at the Oscars or the Academy Awards. This isn't supposed to be a type of movie that's like high art or anything like that. It is supposed to be a fun movie, and in today's kind of current political climate and entertainment climate where everything gets super politicized. Every movie has to have like some kind of hidden message. It's kind of refreshing, honestly, that this is just a cookie cutter, guy, mild mannered guy, saves the world, kind of. There's nothing wrong with that, especially kind of with the year we've had having to do with COVID and the pandemic and everything. it's actually nice to have an escapist film. Now, I've also heard people say that, oh, well, this movie is getting a bunch of criticism because Chris Pratt is kind of he's kind of viewed as a conservative. And that might be true in some instances, but I really don't like to, I don't like to use that excuse too much as to, that's why it's getting negative criticism. Certainly maybe by some, but, maybe for whatever reason, the critics were expecting this to be like some, groundbreaking blockbuster. And it's not, and I don't think it ever was supposed to be. Um, and in regards to Chris Pratt's politics, since that has kind of been a topic lately, kind of in Hollywood and in the media somewhat, I've never really seen Chris Pratt as being like a conservative type of guy, i.e., Ted Nugent or, um, Clint Eastwood or even John Voight, someone who, is pretty explicitly conservative. He's not James Woods. Um, Chris Pratt has always been a guy who is patriotic, who likes to wear American flag, T-shirts, and who supports the troops. That's something that he is very much, into, is supporting the troops. He's pro-American, and he's pro-Americana. And the fact that that has kind of become like a, kind of like classified as somehow being like right-wing or somehow conservative is, it's sad, just to, kind of put it in perspective, because, I mean, although I do identify more as conservative, as many of my podcast listeners and viewers know, I'm more pro-America more than anything. I don't think you have to be necessarily conservative or liberal to love America, um, but I think the far left has gone so far left that now everything kind of is the way that it is now, in terms of that being pro America is kind of seen as a conservative thing. But not to get off on a political rant, but that's just kind of my 2 cents. I've always enjoyed Chris Pratt kind of as uh, an actor, seeing him first in Parks and Recreation, where he was, um, where he was just like a total clumsy goofball. That was his character. Then, kind of in the Marvel movies, he, as Star Lord and the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, he played kind of like another lovable goofball that did some action type stuff. In the Tomorrow War, even though it is a science fiction movie where he is fighting aliens, he plays, um, you know, a teacher and a soldier who, although he's fighting aliens, he does uh, portray as if he's taking it, very seriously, as if it is a serious thing for him. And I will say this, the premise might be kind of, you know, casual and kind of generic, but his character that Chris Pratt plays, and I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but he does play this character pretty, convincingly and pretty seriously. It's awesome to see. And that leads me to bring up this. So, Jack Carr, who you've heard me talk about several times on the um, podcast. I've done a couple videos on his books and a couple of podcasts on why I love his novels. Um, he is actually turning The Terminal List, which is the first uh, in the series of James Reese novels into a series that's going to be debuting on Amazon Prime later this year. And Chris Pratt is going to be starring as James Reese, which is Jack Carr's main character in these novels. And for those of you who don't really know much about Jack Carr, he is a retired Navy SEAL um, turned author, basically, and his novels are fantastic. I've been a fan of his since the beginning, and I've been kind of part of his fan base from day one. I think it's safe to say. Um, love his books, and I was really excited to see The Terminalist was being made into a show. But at the same time, when I heard that he wanted to cast Chris Pratt in this role, I was kind of skeptical of that because James Reese, Jack Carr's main character, is a very serious and kind of dark and gritty individual. These books are not just military thrillers, but kind of revenge thrillers of sorts as well. Um, and I wasn't sure at the time whether or not Chris Pratt had that in him. Um, but after seeing him in the Tomorrow War, where he is kind of playing a more serious character, again, even though it's a science fiction movie, he does play this character kind of very straight and serious. And after seeing that, I am 100% convinced that he is the right man for the job with the Terminalist series. So that will be coming to Amazon in the fall, and I will be reviewing that obviously once it comes out. I've reviewed some of the books on the audio podcast as well, so yeah, I'm just excited, and those are kind of my thoughts on the Tomorrow War and Chris Pratt as an actor. We've seen him kind of evolve from a comedic actor to now we're going to be seeing him take on a full-on serious role in the Terminalist series, and it's something I'm very excited to see, and I hope you guys will enjoy it as much as I do. So anyway, folks, that is just today's video. I'll be doing another trailer kind of review and for the new Sopranos movie that's coming out, kind of doing a reaction to that later this week. And as always, we'll be doing the podcast on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So keep an eye out for that as well. From all us here at NGC Studios, have a good day, and thanks for watching. God bless you wherever you are. God, freedom, legacy in that order. And yes, take care, folks, and have a good Sunday.